Why is it so hard to just make a direct adaptation of this graphic novel? Okay, before we get into this, I'm just going to explain something very quickly. Now, this movie is not bad enough to warrant my thoughts on, but as there are still some very good elements to it, but it's not good enough to warrant a full effort review, so you're going to get kind of a hybrid with this one. So The Death of Superman is the latest DC Universe animated movie based on my personal favourite graphic novel of all time, The Death of Superman, and also goes back to kind of a loose remake, if you want to call it that, of the very first DC animated movie, Superman Doomsday. Now, I'm not going to give too many plot points away, as I feel you guys should check it out, and I, for one, am quite surprised this movie has been leaked very early, considering that it's not supposed to come out until towards the end of July on digital and then beginning of August on DVD and Blu-ray, so, but it's great that I get to review this movie and talk about it for you guys right now. Now, unfortunately, this is not a direct adaptation of the original graphic novel, which is a real shame because that original graphic novel is considered a masterpiece to many comic book fans, and I understand them trying to update certain elements of this. However, ultimately is not needed, and adding the Justice League just adds nothing to this movie apart from trying to keep it in continuity with the other films that they've been doing lately in the New 52 genre. But here's the thing, with The Death of Superman, it's not set in that era, so why have it as the same animation style and same build-up as all the other films? It just does not make any sense. Now, as for the film itself, there are some good elements to it, particularly the building relationship between Lois and Clark, as you see them slowly getting a bit more serious, and of course, it really helps the emotional weight of the movie. Also, the ending fight. Now, while this entire movie is not a direct adaptation of the comic book, once you actually get to the fight between Doomsday and Superman, apart from a small tiny part, it is more or less directly out the book, as it's just slugfest after slugfest of these two characters just completely going at it, and the only thing that they change is something that is right at the end of the graphic novel, and it's basically how, spoiler alert, Superman dies while fighting Doomsday. And that's where the good unfortunately stops, as unfortunately they have just changed so much. I mean, yet again, The Dark Knight Returns was done perfectly. They adapted that straight from the pages and put it onto the screen, and why they couldn't do that for this is really beyond me, and I'm starting to wonder if we will ever get a decent adaptation of The Death of Superman. Now, bear in mind, this is just a part 1, and I understand part 2 is coming out next year, and please, DC Animation, if you guys happen to watch this and listen, please make that closer to the Return of Superman book than what you have made this Death of Superman. And another thing which is really, really annoying for me, but they more or less skip over the entire World Without a Superman or Funeral for a Friend, depending on which part of the world you're from, that they call that book, which is kind of like the middle chapter in this trilogy, if you will. As by the end of the movie, you just kind of get a hint of where this story is going to go in the next movie, and also there's a cool little Easter egg featuring Lex Luthor, and all I'm going to say is, for those fans of you of this original book, you'll be pleasantly surprised, and it happens particularly in an elevator scene, and I'm wondering how many people will catch that out. But unfortunately, guys, I really was expecting this to be higher, and in my opinion, they should have found better people to do this one, in my opinion. My final verdict for the good elements of it is a 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching this, guys, as always. Now it's over to you, so feel free to comment below and tell me what your thoughts are on The Death of Superman. And as always, guys, if you are new to my channel, feel free to click here to see more and subscribe, as I do make new videos as often as I can. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're always notified of whenever a future video is posted. And coming next week, I am happy to say it will be DC TV week, so look out for reviews on Supergirl Season 3, Flash Season 4, Arrow Season 6, Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, and welcome into the DC TV family will be Black Lightning Season 1. So look out for those. So as always, guys, I shall see you all on the next one, and take care.